So thank you for coming in today. My name's Edgar. Your name?
My name is Eric. Eric Powell.
Eric Powell. All right, Eric. So I'm just going to be asking you a few questions. Before we start, I would like to tell you that, everything you tell me is going to stay between us. Obviously, you came voluntarily, but if for an instance you were to describe any harm to yourself or to someone else, whether that be, anyone younger or elder person, I would have to report something like that.
I understand.
Okay. All right, Eric. Can I get your age, Eric?
I am 48.
48. Okay. And uh, gender pronouns?
I identify as heterosexual male, and my pronouns are he, him.
Okay. All right, Eric. Uh, any past history with social workers?
Um, I have been now in and out of therapy consistently for like the last 5 years. So
Okay.
um, I'd say that I have a good rapport and a good, I'd say, recalling or I have good experiences with being in therapy.
Okay.
I understand that this is to help take
Correct.
care of situations that's going on with me and myself.
Correct. Correct. All right. Race and ethnicity, Eric?
I'm African American.
African American. And sexual orientation?
Heterosexual.
Heterosexual. All right. And as far as spiritual, are you religious at all?
I do have a relationship with my own God.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would say yes.
Would you say it's significant to you?
It holds a lot of bearing within my life.
Okay.
So, yeah, it
So
helps
it really
direct me in
is
points.
important to
Yes.
you? Okay. Okay. And how would you describe your mood or stress levels?
Um, I mean, like everybody in life, you go with, you deal with ups and downs. So, nothing has been too really extreme. Nothing's been too low. I haven't been in a real severe depressive state, nor have I been in like a real manic either.
Okay. Okay. And how would you describe your mood in the past couple weeks?
Um, More of just maybe feeling a bit of an alienation.
Okay. Can you elaborate more on that?
Like I said, I'm 48, so and I'm also a student going back to college, so I feel as if I'm a little out of place being around individuals that are closer to my kids' ages.
Okay. I can see how that can be a little tough, but it's never too late.
Right,
So,
right, right.
and
You know.
good for you if that's what you want to do is go back to school and get your education. I'm happy for you. And by any chance, have you been feeling stressed or overwhelmed? I know school, like you said, you're going back to school, work-wise, school-wise. How's that been going?
I mean, you always get the stress with the deadlines of having things to get done, but I've been in school now for a while where I've got a nice routine, so that stress level really doesn't play much into it. You
Okay.
know, being a parent and other things, I have life stressors, but a lot of them are they're mostly manageable.
Okay. And so, what is your routine, basically? Like, do you work at the moment?
No, I'm currently just a full-time student. I
Full-time
also
student.
help assist taking care of my mother, so I mean, that's a job in itself.
Okay. Yes, it is. I can understand how taking care of someone is really stressful and, it's hard work. So I can understand the stress you're going through with having to take care of your mom and going to school at the same time. Um, have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health conditions?
I am currently diagnosed with PTSD
PTSD?
and anxiety, as well as ADHD.
And how do you feel as if those are affecting you at this?
I mean, I got diagnosed with ADHD when I was like 7, so
Okay, so
I've lived with
your
it.
whole life,
Right,
basically.
right.
Okay. And as far as the PTSD, does that affect you from day to day, or is that
Certain situations, it kind of affects depending on like large crowds. I'm not really a large crowd person unless I know where I'm going and if I'm going with comfortable people.
okay? And are you currently on any medications for
No,
that? No, no
just we
medications.
just do mainly cognitive behavior therapy on that. No medications.
Okay. Let's see. Please share any relevant information regarding your cognitive functioning or challenges.
Nothing really.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, we'll be just talking about a few safety things.
Sure.
Do you have any thoughts of harming yourself or ending your life?
No.
Okay. And then, let's see. Please elaborate the frequency, intensity, or any plans related of these thoughts. So no. So let's see. So no self harm toward yourself, anybody else,
No.
one another.
Nah.
So, okay. And have you ever received help during a crisis of mental health and emergencies or?
No, I've never had a crisis response event.
Okay. And then on your physical health, do you have any significant or ongoing medical conditions?
I was diagnosed with anemia as well as another beta thalassemia, which is another blood disorder where I don't produce enough hemoglobin.
Okay. And I'm assuming that affects you on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I get occasionally I'll be more lethargic, like it's an energy drainer completely. Some days I don't really want to get out of bed to move, or things just like I gotta move slower some days.
Okay. And do you take medication for that?
No, it's just monitored by diet right now and just constant blood work.
Okay. So what would you say your diet is like?
Due to me having the anemia, I've had to completely change it. So I mean, I eat healthy. I really don't eat fried foods. I really eat healthy, more vegetables, beans, more greens, and less red meat.
Okay, that's good. Nice. As far as substance uses, do you have any substances? Do you smoke, drink, any
Unfortunately, I do smoke.
smoke?
Yeah, I do not drink.
Okay. And can you describe the frequency? How often do you smoke?
I just started smoking back again. That's another one of the reasons why I am back seeking therapy for that one, or at least some assistance, because I had quit for about 6 months and then had an incident with my mother, and then in order to calm down and relax, I went and grabbed a pack of cigarettes and have been smoking again since the incident happened.
Okay. So I can see how the smoking helps and get some stress off your
Yeah,
shoulders.
it's a mental thing thinking that, but I'm actually doing harm as well.
Yes. Okay. But you said you've quit before.
Yeah.
So is it not an issue when it comes to quitting, or?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I've switched off to using a vape cartridge, which in actuality is worse than inhaling nicotine. So it's been one of those things where it's the lesser of two evils.
Gotcha. Okay. And do you do that often as well, the vape?
No, once I got back on this to the cigarette side, put that aside
Because I
wasn't
went
gonna
back to
do
cigarettes.
right.
Okay. And about how often do you say you smoke? Is it a pack or a few a day?
Maybe a pack every like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Something like that. It's not like where I'm heavy smoking, but also I do it out of boredom.
Oh, okay. So that can, gotcha. That can.
And it was a time filler.
Gotcha. Okay. And how would you, let's move to sleep. How would you describe your sleep at night?
Nowadays it's regular. I try to at least, if I get at least 5.5 hours of sleep, which I can live off of that.
Okay. And would you have a reason for just 4 or 5, 6 hours of sleep, or just busy?
I just don't sleep that long.
Okay. But it doesn't, you feel good?
Yeah, I'm rested when I sleep.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. And do you have any difficulty falling or staying asleep? Any,
Staying asleep is a tough one, you know.
oh,
And we're getting older, you know, you get a less healthy bladder. So getting woke up in the middle of the night having to go.
oh, okay, okay. And as far as any medication to help you sleep or
No.
fall asleep? No? Okay, cool, cool. And let's see, let's go over some nutrition. How would you describe your eating habits? I know you just.
Yeah, like we discussed earlier, you know, me having the medical conditions have really opened my eyes to and benefited me from eating healthy. So
Okay.
yeah,
And is that ever challenging? I know, junk food can be.
not really, not really. When I had it, when I first got diagnosed, I had a nutritionist,
Okay.
so they helped me to build a nice diet, also with what proper sweets to go ahead and consume and eat.
Okay, so it made it easier on you.
Well, yeah, me also thinking about my health really put things into perspective.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Family structure. Who lives in your household? Please describe your family members or other important individuals in your life.
That's my mother and my son that live in this home with me.
Okay. And would you say for your family, is that so? Are those only two you're closer to, or
No, I'm closer to. I have a sister. Like most of my, we're the only ones here on the West Coast.
okay,
Like my family is based out of the East Coast and down south.
East Coast?
Yeah.
Were you originally born in Washington?
No, I was born in New Jersey,
Okay.
but my father was in the military, so we moved around my
always
whole
traveled.
life. Yeah.
I understand that. Okay. And what would you say your relationship is like with your son and your mom?
Oh, damn good.
Really tight.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. And would you say they're your support system? Do you have a partner or
No, I don't
friends?
have a partner. I would say they are my support. I have a sister, like I said, in back in New Jersey. And if I'm going through something, I can call her. I've got a couple really close friends that are out of state. I don't
Okay.
really have a lot of close friends here. Most of them all passed away,
Okay.
or they're still active in things I'm no longer associated or aligned with. So I've had to cut off a lot of people in my life.
Okay. And I'm sure that's hard, right?
It was hard. I mean, it's difficult to really not have many people to really hear locally to discuss things with, but
Okay.
I know I got people I can call.
That's good. And mention just your mom and your son. Any relationship with your pops, or
He passed away.
he's passed
Yeah,
away?
he passed
Okay.
away.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Let's see. Can you describe your relationship with family members while you were growing up?
Yeah, it was a little rough. We grew up in a, my father was undiagnosed, Vietnam vet, so he had his own things he was dealing with. And growing up in a community that really doesn't discuss their own problems, it was a little dysfunctional. I'll say that.
Okay.
I'll say all that.
Yeah. I can see, especially with all the moving. How did that, if that affect you? I know military, you're moved from.
I mean, it did in a way where it affected me being able to really develop meaningful and deep relationships growing up because every couple of years I'm moving, so it was no need for me to really try to get close to people when I knew I'm not going to be here for long.
And do you still kind of feel that way now?
It's rough now, yeah, because granted, I've been in Washington State for a long time now. That mentality is still there because of the way also me growing up. I didn't grow up like most other people.
Okay, I can understand how that can be, challenging. Let's see. So besides that, are there any other significant events in your childhood that are currently challenging to you now?
No, with the help of therapy, I didn't work through a lot of that.
That's good. Let's see. So what motivated you to come see services at this moment?
I knew that I needed to gain some more tools in my tool belt because what I was doing clearly isn't working if I'm still going back to smoking cigarettes, and still feeling that bit of alienation.
And so, as far as the smoking side, are you just planning on sticking with it, or you?
No, I am really hell bent on quitting.
Okay.
Like it's on a scale of 1 to 10, I put it at like about an 8. Like it's really severe, and I know it's not healthy for me. Like I'm actually allergic to the nicotine smoke,
Oh.
and I shouldn't be smoking.
Oh, so that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's another reason.
Yeah, so that's
My
really
body
bad
is
for
telling
you.
me it's time. We don't need to be doing this.
Okay. And so you said at an 8. Is there any reason why it wouldn't be lower? Besides, I know you said
Lower now because like I mean because I know I was fine without it.
okay.
You know, I know the world wasn't going to blow up or be losing it if I didn't have a cigarette. So
Right.
that desire to really back then or now to want to continue isn't there.
Okay. Good. And how long has this been going on for? When did you start smoking? Have you
This
been
has only been now for a month.
for a month? But you've been. When did you first start smoking?
Jeez. I think the first time I smoked a cigarette was 11.
11. Okay, so young.
Yeah.
And do you mind me asking, was this part of because you were always moving?
No, I was just curious.
Curious.
That was it, curiosity. What's the whole big deal about them?
Okay. All right. Let's see. So, what would you say contributes most to the issue of you smoking? Is it be stress or
Boredom.
just being
I think
bored?
boredom. That's
Okay.
the main thing is boredom.
Boredom. So, do you feel like going to school helps at all, keeping you
It's
busy?
actually, yeah, I smoke less when I'm actually in classes and I'm engaging because my brain and I'm constantly doing things.
Okay.
So that thought process changes.
And how would you say? Do you know if your mom? Does your mom know about you smoking?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
family?
Oh,
Okay. And how does she feel about that?
I mean, I'm an adult, so I mean, the decision at the end of the day is mine.
Yeah.
They want me to live longer, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. What do you believe are the main factors contributing to your current concerns or difficulties?
As I stated earlier, it's the boredom. Not like I have routine, but then there's days where there's time. And those are the days I tend to really smoke because it's okay, do an assignment. I'm sitting here at the house, I'm sitting at home doing, once that's done, my day is empty.
Okay.
Occasionally I'll go work out, but
Have you, with free time, have you ever, like you said, I know you said you work out, but have you ever tried doing other activities?
oh yeah, when the weather's permitting,
Okay.
yeah, I do. I'm more outdoorsy.
And so would you say the weather here kind of keeps you in?
It kind of restricts what you can do during the year.
Gotcha. And how does that make you feel? The rain and the cold?
Oh, no, it doesn't bother me. Like I could, but it's more of I gotta find indoor activities. Those things cost more money,
Yes.
so
Which
it's
can
like,
be,
yeah.
yes, which can be stressful. I understand that. And so I'm just gonna ask you a few questions on your education. I know you said you're going to school. You mind asking me asking what you're going to school for?
I am actually going to school for social work.
Okay, nice. Good for you. And how's that going?
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Any issues as far as your focus or anything there?
No. Actually, it's razor sharp once I'm in there.
Okay, good. And as far as, is there any schedule conflict with, I know you said you had to help your mom, everything.
No, like we can schedule her appointments around the days where I have free time.
Okay.
So everything really works out.
Okay. And for you, insurance, was everything you okay medical wise?
Yeah, I'm on state insurance, so
Okay.
it covers all my basic needs.
And so as far as just, so that's what you do on a daily basis, school, take care of your mom, any other?
I mean, yeah, well, I'm also in a 12-step program. So
Okay.
I go to meetings. I help sponsor people. I give back to places that have helped me.
Okay. All right. So looks like we went over a few things here, and I would like to say I appreciate you coming to see us, and I feel like it's a big step for you coming to seek help. We're gonna get you right, and I would just like to say thank you. And is there any scheduling around you? Like, what's your schedule like to where would you like to schedule another appointment?
I am free Mondays and Wednesdays after 10 p.m.
Okay.
and Tuesdays I'm in class all day. So Thursdays, Fridays are open completely. So any days on Thursdays and Fridays, anytime. I mean,
Okay. All right, Eric. I appreciate you coming in.
thank you very much.
And I'll see you uh, Thursday or Friday.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna have to